are you?
I am good.
Excellent. Much has been made of the fact that Romelu Lukaku only touched the ball 7 times on Saturday at Selhurst Park. One, are you bothered? And secondly, how can you get him to touch the ball a bit more often, maybe against Lille tomorrow?
What can I do? I don't know. Well, now we have to deal with it. I mean, there are data out there, and the data speak a certain language. So he was not involved in our game. It's sometimes like this with strikers. If they struggle a bit in self-confidence, if they struggle a little bit to find the space and to get involved against a good defensive side, it can be like this. And this is of course not what we want, and of course not what Romelu wants, but. It's also not like it's not the time to laugh about him and make jokes about him. He is in the spotlight, of course, and we will protect him because it's our player.
Nick Purell.
Hi, Thomas. How are you fixed for on the injury front? Are any of the guys who you got doubts over? Is anybody available? Obviously, like Callum and Cesar and how are Mason and Reece James getting on as well?
Aspi looks much better than Callum. To start with these two, Callum did not train yesterday. Aspi trained and has no reaction. So if it stays like this, which seems to be, but it stays like this, he's available for tomorrow. Mason did a very good individual session. I think he will try to come back to team training today, but he was out a little bit, maybe too long to start. But perhaps he is involved in the squad. But we have to. He had not trained with the team yet. And Reece is still out and Tuchel out.
Christophe Lemis.
Oui, bonjour Thomas. Est-ce que vous m'entendez bien?
Oui, très bien.
Formidable. Je voulais vous poser une question à propos de Thiago.
A question about
je voulais savoir s'il arrivait tout simplement à vous surprendre. Et aussi,
has he impressed you?
Il y avait des choses qui ont changé dans vos rapports. Et évidemment,
and have things changed in your relationship? He was at PSG with you. Do you expect something different from him
voilà, dans
now?
vos relations et dans ce que vous attendez de lui, est-ce qu'il y a des choses qui ont changé depuis Paris?
Have there been changes since your time at PSG together? The connection was very bad. I didn't hear the whole question. It was about Thiago Silva, but you spoke very fast.
Ah, est-ce que je peux réessayer un peu plus lentement?
Est-ce que vous pouvez penser la question encore?
Could you ask the question again?
Je me demandais tout d'abord s'il arrive encore à vous surprendre.
I was asking if Thiago Silva has impressed
et deuxièmement, est-ce qu'il y a des choses qui ont changé
are there things
lui
that
demandez,
have changed in terms of what you ask of him and what you expect of him from when he was your captain at PSG and now?
Bien sûr,
Of course, the circumstances are different. It's a different club here. The rules and the atmosphere are different, so that's normal. There's a special atmosphere at every club. That was the case at Paris Saint-Germain, and it's the same here at Chelsea. There's a winning mentality here about showing your strength and playing as a top team with experienced players. Thiago Silva was very brave to make the decision to join the Premier League at his age, with his status at Paris Saint-Germain, and to completely change his life. He's been fantastic since he arrived. It's the same story now. It's a pleasure to be his coach because he sets an example every day. He's very humble and professional, and he's an exceptional player. We've had a back three in many games, and he's excellent in the middle. He contributes so much with his experience. It's only a good thing because he's very reliable. He's the same person that he was. And I feel he was very brave to change his life towards the end of his career. That's very impressive.
Thank you. Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Thomas, the big games keep coming for you at the moment. What impact will the fact you have a cup final and another big Champions League game next week have on the selection this week, and how do you prioritize and manage that?
Yeah, not so much in the moment. We don't manage so much. It's about, like, for us in the moment to keep on going and find our rhythm, where we struggle a little bit, like, just no secret. It's a bit strange, to be very honest, to have like 2 league matches in Premier League in 6 weeks. It's really strange because it is always nicer and more familiar to sink into a competition, and you know, there are so many different levels of games now, and we play a match, and if you look at the table, some teams have 3 matches more than the others. Like, it's a bit strange to understand the situation in which we are in the Premier League, and you know, if it's like this, I mean, it's on the other hand nice because it tells us that we are still in a lot of competitions. What is our target? And it shows us that we are competitive and we take it match by match more than ever before. We tried always like this, but now is the moment to really be super focused on every little match, and don't worry so much about the big picture, because it will like make us look at a lot of different pictures and a lot of different environments. It's a huge difference between all these knockout matches, all these like a semi-final in Abu Dhabi, a final again in Carabao Cup, then suddenly a knockout match in the FA Cup that will come up. It's a big difference because, like, of course, Premier League is a marathon, and Premier League is not about knockout matches, it's about consistency. So it changes a lot, the environment, and we have to adapt because it's our schedule. But in terms of team management, we don't think ahead at the moment. We try to bring the very best group tomorrow that suits the best to what we want to implement on the pitch, and then we will take care about Sunday's match.
Matt Dunn.
Hi, Thomas. Back on the Lukaku conundrum, if I may. He's played 3 games all season with Reece James, and 4 with Ben Chilwell. 4 with Reece James, and never with both of them. Are you playing in a different style to what you imagined this season because of those injuries, or does he have to work out how to play with Chelsea?
Maybe both things. I mean, like, yeah, of course, every style changes with long-term injuries of key players. We played many games, in the majority of the games, in a back 3 with wing backs, and 2 of the key wing backs are Reece and Chile, who got injured at their peak level. And they had a huge impact into our game offensively and defensively. Regarding Romelu, of course, also offensively with their runs, with their speed, with the penetration and their deliveries. So of course this changes. We are not the only team where players have this huge impact. And in a formation that we play, the wing backs are crucial and are like a crucial position to influence the game. But still, we can also play and win games without any player. This is our job, and this is what we want to do. So we have to. This is what we try. Honestly, when we have injuries and when we have like Corona cases, and it's on us, on me, to adapt, to find solutions, and Romelu will always be part of the solution.
Jacob Steinberg.
Hi, Thomas. I just wonder what you made last week of the change in the away goals rule. Do you think it changed the way that that the games are played in the Champions League? And do you think it made it slightly more defensive? And might that suit you, given that last year you won the Champions League, only conceding 2 goals in the knockout stages?
Why do you think it will be more defensive?
Well, Real Madrid were quite defensive in the away game against PSG, and it felt like they weren't coming out because the away goal didn't mean as much.
Yeah, but I think I had the impression until now that it maybe gives the chance to be a bit more offensive, because you can think about scoring and not be so afraid of conceding. So let's see. When we were asked at the UEFA meeting in coaches, I was like the majority, and I think pretty much all coaches voted and for this change of rule, to make it clearer, to make it more understandable. I was never. I mean, I liked it because it gave it a kind of an extra edge in doing mathematics throughout the game. I understand that, and it was like also exciting. But at the same time, I never fully understood why a 3-1 should be a better result than a 2-0. So like worse for one team. This is you can see it from both sides. Maybe it was harder to score 3, and this is maybe a better result than a 2-0, and to have a clean sheet going to the second game. So. I like it because it's now it's clear. I think we maybe end up with more extra time and more penalties, because if you are now in even goals, it will go to extra time and you will not win by away goals. So let's see. We are aware of it, but it does actually, for us, I can just tell you, for us, it does change nothing in the approach of the game tomorrow. We will try to keep a clean sheet. We will try to defend good and try to attack as good as possible. If at all, it changes a little bit in the approach to the second leg, that you don't have to think so much like what happens if we score a goal, how much do they need? I think it's easier to adapt. Let's get the 2 games, get them played, do the mathematics in the end, count the goals together, and if it's not decided, go to extra time.
Okay, last 2 for Thomas. John Southall, Varman Osman to finish. John.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
How do you see the challenge of Lille? Because, I mean, surprisingly, they are struggling, or they seem to be struggling, don't they, in the French league? They're down in 11th.
Yeah, they do, and I think there are reasons why they do. They had a fantastic coach and a fantastic group of players. They were very, very competitive when I was in Paris. You could feel that this is a strong group, a strong squad, a very emotional club, very difficult to play at in the stadium. But the bond, the quality of the players, quality of the coach was exceptional, and you could feel that they have a chance to fight constantly for a place in the Champions League. So last season they became champions, which is huge in France, of course. And from there they lost players and they lost the coach. So there's a huge how do you call it, like a huge change. And like if the change is so big, there's a possibility that it takes some time until things settle in. Now they lost another key player in winter, Ikone, in their attacking formation. But still, we all know like how physical the French football is. We know how physical the offensive players are in French football, very fast, very, very brave in one-on-one challenges, always a threat on counterattacks, very disciplined against the ball. And they have the chance that they have the chance to play this game as underdogs and in a mentality where they have nothing to lose, and they will take it from there. So it's like always, we respect the game, we respect this opponent, we will prepare our team like we always do. And then hopefully find ourselves the best performance, which we usually do normally, and we usually do in knockout matches and cup matches, and play a competitive match tomorrow.
Last question for Thomas, Varman Osman.
Hi, Thomas. If I could just ask you about Romelu Lukaku again. When you took over, you said you're going to prepare a team that people would not like to play against. So it's clear that most of the time your defenders play very well. Christensen, Rudiger, all having really special seasons under you. But the strikers struggle, like Werner is struggling to get goals. Rome was scoring so well in Italy and Israel. Do you think about it? Is it a consequence of the way you've built that team?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. There's even a history of strikers struggling a little bit at Chelsea, so it's not the easiest place in the world for strikers. Obviously, I don't know exactly why it's like this, but obviously it's like this. In my opinion, Chelsea is a team that's also considered as a strong defensive team, that is a physical team, and it has a certain attitude and grip in playing competitive football. We demand a lot from our strikers in terms of defending. We want to be a physical, hardworking group that is not shy to make it a physical game and not only a skillful game. And that's maybe plays a part. Yes, that maybe plays a part. We have many games where we, throughout like our year together, where we created many chances, many deliveries, and struggled a bit in the conversion. Now, in the moment, is a bit of time where we struggle to create too many big chances for our strikers. I think this is maybe also a normal period in a long season. So we are on the subject and we are well aware. And like always in football, it's most of the time not a one reason to solve a problem. It's a very complex sport, and we try to keep on playing with faith in what we do and with belief in the team effort. And from there we go.
Okay, thanks everyone. Stand on the line, please, for the player who'll be appearing shortly.